like we danced together at the Met. And I had this moment of thinking, Elvis and Priscilla danced together. And it's just these surreal moments where I'm like, I just gotta pinch myself and just realize what a dream I'm living right now.
Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing really well.
Good. Congratulations on an incredible performance, mate. How long did it take you to master the Elvis voice and the rubber legs?
I had a year and a half before we started shooting.
Wow.
And 6 months of that time was when the movie shut down for COVID. So I had about a year where it started with me absorbing every bit of footage and interviews and reading every book that was written on his life. And then I had a period of time where I worked with the greatest coaches in the world, where I had an amazing singing coach and dialect coach and my movement coach, Polly Bennett, and a karate instructor. And it was like my days were just jam-packed working with these incredible professionals and experts in their field. And then we were getting ready to film, and then the movie shuts down. And suddenly I had 6 months where it was just me in my room by myself. And that was a time where it really marinated, where it really started to feel like it was surface level and it started to go down into my marrow, if you will. And yeah, so that was the amount of time. I didn't do anything else for that year and a half before I started shooting.
I wish to promote you, Mr. Presley. Are you ready to fly?
I'm ready.
Baz, congratulations on the movie. I absolutely loved it. And it feels like a very personal movie for you. So how long have you been wanting to make this movie?
It's funny because it turned into a personal movie. I mean, like, I wasn't about doing an Elvis biopic. I just always loved Amadeus, and I thought, oh, what musician? It was really more about, oh yeah, you taking a historical figure, use their life to express a big idea. I'm into that, like Shakespeare, I suppose. But it was really like, couldn't work out how could it be useful. And then there was a period of time, I was doing my Chinese film, and China changed. That's an understatement. And then this whole idea of Colonel Tom Parker, the snowman, you know, someone with like toxic positivity, someone who could like, it's not only that he just pulls the wool over your eyes and sells you stuff, but also you enjoy it. And then understanding him, seeing this kid who grows up in one of the few white houses in the black community, like Eminem, and the effect, he goes, oh, that's a great carnival act. And they come together and boom, they just change the world. And what happens is that they become a political problem. And you just realize I realized, oh wow, this is like a Greek tragedy or the grand American tragic opera. The rebel Elvis, the Elvis stuck in the Hollywood bubble, the Elvis who finds himself again and then is caught in a trap and he can't get out in Vegas.
So the movie documents Elvis's rise to fame. So where has been the weirdest place that you've been recognized?
It's always weird when you're recognized in a bathroom. When you're at a urinal and a guy next to you recognizes you, and you kind of just want to wait. Or I also had it before where they want to shake your hand like right after, and you're kind of like, I actually have just been like, let me just wash my hands first, and you know, you have that moment. So that's always weird.
Yeah, for sure. I think after the release of this movie, I think that's going to happen a bit more often. So you need to get your excuses lined up ready.
Yeah.
So the story shows the complicated relationship between Elvis and his manager, the Colonel. So on the theme of manager and talent, what was the best piece of advice that Tom Hanks gave you whilst you were working on the movie together?
He gave me advice on how to have longevity and mental health in my life, which was that he saw how immersed I was in what we were doing, and he said, you know, one thing I try to do is I try to read something that has nothing to do with the job that I'm currently doing. So I'll read a history book or some fiction, even if it's just 10 minutes. I'll just touch in to inspiration elsewhere, and So that's something that I've tried to take with me now and into future projects.
That's amazing. Tom Hanks is your life coach. Did you ever?
Yeah, he's a good life coach. He's been around. He's been a legend for a while.
I'm gonna do what I want to do. Sing the music that I want.
Dog player, I get it.
I mean, did you have any reservations about bringing this story, like the Colonel's story in particular, to life?
No, not the Colonel. I thought that was the moment when I went, I've got to weigh in here. I thought, no, that's going to make it not A to B to C to D. That's going to make it about something. And, you know, it is about something. We're two lonely children. They're two damaged children. One's beautiful, you know, and has a twin at birth. And one's not beautiful. And I think I never said that before in an interview. But the problem with the Colonel is he was ugly. He just felt unattractive. And so his avatar is Elvis. And, you know, it's the dancing chicken, it's the geek, you know. I was talking to Guillermo del Toro the other day, he's a great friend of mine, and he made a film called Nightmare Alley. Now, the Colonel's favorite movie is Nightmare Alley, and he plays it over and over and over again. Over and again. And there's Easter eggs hidden in the movie of Nightmare Alley.
Before I go, you attended the Met Gala with Priscilla Presley. I have to ask you, what was that experience like? Because it must have been so emotional for you both.
So emotional, yeah. I'd only met Priscilla once before I filmed the movie, and then we didn't know how she was going to receive the film when she first saw it. And then when she had such an emotional and positive reaction to it, and was very specific in her compliments, it was the best review of my life for sure. And then getting to see her and give her a hug and feel, you know, the first time I met her, I had just this extreme reverence for her. Just so much respect for the fact that for what she's done for Elvis's legacy, for the fact that she and Elvis had such a deep love for each other, and just what she meant to him and what he meant to her. I mean, it was just like, it was a bit too much for me when I first met her. And now that we've had some more time together, it's like we danced together at the Met. And I had this moment of thinking, Elvis and Priscilla danced together. And it's just these surreal moments where I'm like, I just gotta pinch myself and just realize what a dream I'm living right now. It's really incredible.
That is incredible. Yeah, I imagine it made all the 18 months worth of practicing completely worthwhile.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's a great moment at the start of the movie where Elvis discovers his musical awakening. So I wanted to ask you, what was your movie awakening? What was the movie that made you want to start making films?
Well, I lived in a very isolated place and tiny little town, and my dad, and my mum, we lived on a gas station on a farm, but it was a bit of a fantastical place. I mean, Dad had me with the straight eight. He came back from the Vietnam War, so he taught me photography very young. I was making movies with a Bolex when I was like 10, you know, and doing theatre tricks and had a radio station. It was all kind of fantasy world. But we also at a certain time had the local cinema because the guy died there and Dad ran it. And, you know, I would have seen big screen experiences like Paint Your Wagon or, you know, Chrome and Hot Leather. But we had Elvis matinees. They were double features, you know. Wow. And we also had a red curtain, and we stood up and sang God Save the Queen to Her Majesty on a horse, right? The Red Curtain trilogy, anyone? I never went like, oh, I'm going to make movies. I just assumed I would do all of this. I know it sounds pretentious, but I think I lived in such a fantasy world. I just happened to roll into doing it as a business. I mean, I've done it all my life. I've never done anything else.
Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the movie. I loved it, and I've wanted to talk to you for years. So thank you so much. And
well, listen, you know, when I'm done with this, you know, I get around. You know, I can have a sherry and find myself being quite loose-lipped. So,
mate, congratulations on the movie.
Thank you, man.
Honestly,
Thank you, brother.
You deserve all the
Thank you.
success which is coming your way, and lovely to talk to you.
So lovely to talk to you, man. You have a good day.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Kevin Hart.
Hi, my name's Eric Stonestreet.
Hi, I'm Margot. I'm Journey.
I'm James McAvoy.
I'm Daniel Radcliffe.
I'm Rebel Wilson.
I'm Jeremy Clarkson.
I'm going to be translating some Scottish tweets for It's Gone Viral.
On It's Gone Viral.
Ooh. On It's Gone Viral.